I'm joined now by Deputy Executive Director of the Institute of Public Affairs, Daniel Wild, and One Nation candidate for Keppel, Pauline Hanson's Chief of Staff, James Ashby. Well, gents, welcome. We'll start with housing. The Albanese government again under pressure after analysis of successful applicants from the $1.5 billion housing support program finds that tens of millions of dollars was poured into key marginal seats, safe Labor seats, and the seats they want at the next election, as well as tens of millions spent on planning, studies and consultants without a single house to show for it. Now, on top of that, 30 million uncovered earlier this year that Housing Australia spent on consultants and executive salaries. Again, not a dwelling to be seen. Daniel, this is $1 billion pork barrel. It's nothing other than that. It's not a housing program. It's a pork barrel.
Well, that's 100% right, Peter. It's not a housing program, it's a political program. And the government's not serious about fixing the housing crisis in our country. I mean, you outlined the array of supply-side issues in our nation, the red tape, the land release and so forth. And as we've talked about on a number of times, Peter, you've got the demand side, which is at the same time as the government's saying they want to fix the housing crisis whilst not actually building any houses, they've also got the accelerator down on the primary driver of the demand for houses, which is mass migration. About 1.5 million net migrants let in under this government so far, and that's only going to go up. We all want to be a welcoming and tolerant nation and to welcome many migrants as we have over the decades. But the reality is that it has to be planned for. It must have the consent of the community, and it must be targeted towards areas of economic need. Now, that simply has not happened. So if the government wants to get real about getting Australians into houses, they need to urgently reduce our migration intake and make sure that houses are actually getting built, not just these consultant reports and tactics for how to win marginal seats, Peter.